गुड इवनिंग एंड वेलकम टू गना शॉट। गना शॉट में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज हम वायनाड में जो रिलीफ ऑपरेशन चल रहे हैं उसके बारे में जरा देखेंगे कि इंडियन आर्मी और इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस ने क्या किया है, किस तरीके से उन्होंने मदद किया है। और उसके बारे में काफी कुछ टीवी में आ गया है और मीडिया में आ गया है, ट्विटर में आ गया है, पर मैं उसका तरीका बताना चाहता हूँ किस तरीके से इवेंट्स हैव अनफोल्डेड। एंड आपको पता होना चाहिए कि हाउ आर्मी रेस्पॉन्ड्स और आर्म फोर्सेस रेस्पॉन्ड टू अ सिचुएशन। दैट्स द होल आइडिया। Of course, once I finish off with my presentation on this, we'll have an open session जहां आप जो आप पूछना चाहते हो आप पूछ सकते हो। ओके, सबसे पहले वेयर इज वायनाड। बहुत लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता होगा वायनाड कहाँ है। इफ यू सी, वायनाड is on the eastern slope of Nilgiris. It's not on the western slope, eastern slope of Nilgiris, right? Jahan, where there's a red dot inside, right? South India, Kerala. Now, unfortunately, वहाँ बारिश ज्यादा हुआ है और मड स्लाइड्स हुए हैं, रेत नीचे आ गया, and as a result, more than 330 people have died. I sympathize with them. Or heartfelt condolences. It's such a sad thing. In such a sad thing that 330 people have died. But this is a natural disaster. Is it part of climate change? पता नहीं, आगे जाके पता चलेगा. But it's happened and we have to deal with it. Okay. And if you close up, this is the where the circle is, right? Let me expand it so that you have a look at it. Yeah. So this is where the circle is. It is in this circle. There are about 3 to 4 landslides. All those are highlighted in red dots. It's not one particular thing. But where this major mishap has occurred is here. अगर आप देखेंगे तो there's a place called Mundakai, okay, and on top of it is a place called Churmala. तो इस इलाके में ये हादसा हुआ है। इस इलाके में मेन एक्शन हुआ है। वो इसीलिए है कि यहाँ से एक नदी जा रहा है, वहां एक पुल था, वो बह गया है, तो पीपल कांट क्रॉस फ्रॉम द ईस्ट टू द वेस्ट एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर ट्रैप्ड ऑन द वेस्ट एंड दे नीड you need to go and help them out. So that is the whole crux of the whole situation. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll now show you a video which uh, headquarters Southern Command has put out, because ये पूरा जो एक्शन है, it is a joint thing between MOD, NDMA, headquarters Southern Command, headquarters Dakshin Bharat area, and headquarters Kerala and Karnataka area, sub area, and the channel of command also flows, plus the Air Force and the Navy. So everyone has been involved. So the first thing I'd like to show you एक वीडियो दिखाऊंगा जिसको हेडक्वार्टर सदर्न कमांड ने जारी किया है। पहले वीडियो देखिए, अच्छा वीडियो है एंड इट्स अ गुड थिंग। उसमें थोड़ा मैंने म्यूजिक वगैरह निकाल दिया क्योंकि उन्होंने जो आउट किया था उसमें म्यूजिक था, which is I have problems showing all that music in our channel. One minute. You'll not find much this thing. This is the hillside from which water has come, and it is in that area, right? You see Waynad before the uh, landslide and all, कितना पानी था. अब इतना पानी आ गया. 30th July में ये खबर आया है, and that's the way that bridge this went off. अब देख सकते हैं, right? And people have reached there, and people have ambulances have also reached, and local people have thing. And then the Kerala government requested army's assistance. Army rushed in there, and by 12:30, soldiers had reached, and they built first a footbridge across so that people could go from one side to the other. And there were air force involved and others also involved. Naturally, the NDMA also came into the thing. There more than 300 bodies have been recovered, right? Medical assistance have been given. Stranded people have been rescued. Okay. All this is going on. It's all at this point of time, all going on, right? Then by the evening, more troops had come in. Southern Command mobilized more troops and brought them in by air. They brought a bridge. All this action I'll show you later on also. 31st evening, they started constructing a Bailey bridge at night, round the clock. It was constructed. Okay, 190 feet bridge. Yeah, this was after the bridge was completed. Right. But let me explain the whole story, how it goes on. For humanitarian assistance and disaster relief and internal security duties, all units in South India, right, irrespective of where they're located and what their formation is, they all come under the command of Dakshin Bharat area. Dakshin Bharat area headquarters is in Chennai. Now, Kerala and Karnataka come under a sub area which is in Bangalore. It's all spread out. Now, in this area, each unit, in each area and a sub area, there are many units. Each area has a AOR, area of responsibility, which is where if anything happens in that area, the unit goes there as a first responder. It also has a reserve area where it has to go. Now, mid July, 18th July, just about 15 days back, 20 days back, a new JOC took over in Bangalore. He's the one, General VT Matthew. And it's very interesting. Uh, the GOC Dakshin Bharat area, he went and briefed him. They met and said, look, all this can be done, all this, be prepared. Why? Because GOC Dakshin Bharat area had the, experience of Chong, which happened in Chennai last year. He did a terrific job in that. So he went, both of them had. And the whole thing here, which I want all of you to note, is the army was pre-prepared for this whole eventuality. The Southern Command also was pre-prepared for this eventuality. I must tell you, before every, this is my own experience. There's a GOC Dakshin Bharat area here. At one point of time, I was the GOC of the MGNG area in Maharashtra. So before the monsoons come, we used to have coordinating conferences with the civil, with the Navy and the Air Force as to how to deal with Bombay, how to deal with floods in Gujarat, how to deal with floods in various, and we used to simulate exercises. The same thing has happened here. Forearmed, forewarned, well prepared. So what we saw in this, the response on 30th July was like that खटाखट. जो खटाखट पॉलिटिकल बात में होता था, और मैं फौजी तरीके में बता रहा हूँ, खटाखट ये हुआ है. That's the good thing. And if this had not happened, the death toll would have been more than 330 by now. I can assure you that. Okay, right. Now, the GOC of the Siberia is a very diligent officer. And he visited Kannur immediately, and he's done basic coordination and all that. And we have a good GOC in Dakshin Bharat area, solid guy. He knows his beans, he knows his thing. Both of them have got into action seamlessly. That's the beauty. Right, let me take it further. Okay, now let me go to the sequence. Right, now, yeah, let me go through the sequence of the whole story, how this has happened. Right, I'm putting up the slide in front of you. On 30th July, early in the morning at 5 o'clock, the GOC DB area in Chennai got a call that there's a landslide in Wayanad, as per our own channels and laid down channels and all that. Immediately, he ordered in Kannur, there is a DSC center, there is a TI unit here. He said, move. They started moving. By 8 o'clock, and let me tell you, all these timings, everything, I was conversing with him. Look, how did it happen? Yesterday morning. So he explained to me, 8 o'clock, the situation were clear. They came to know people were stranded and that the bridge had washed away. Immediately, MEG, Madras Engineering Group and Center, which is in Bangalore, it was ordered, they have a Bailey Bridge. There, क्या है कि ये MEG सेंटर जो बैंगलोर में है, वो ट्रेनिंग के लिए होता है और वहाँ रिक्रूट्स ट्रेन किए जाते हैं, अग्निवीर ट्रेन किया जाता है. उनका ट्रेनिंग के लिए जो ब्रिज है एक, they are trained to make bridges. So that bridge was moved and transport was organized. By 1100 hours, right, just 6 hours after that, Trivandrum में एक infantry battalion है, that was mobilized. Madras Regimental Center was mobilized. There's an artillery unit, Madras Regimental Center in Wellington near Kunur. They have troops, they were mobilized. Madhukarai में artillery unit है, that was also mobilized. Then there's a paratroopers का parachute regiment का एक center है Bangalore के अंदर. This area comes under the center commandant's responsibility. He also responded. So everyone, as per a preset drill, responded to the event. The Air Force also responded. Simultaneously, the NDMA was activated. In fact, they had also, through their thing, they were also active and this thing. I'll come to that a little later. The best part is 12 बजे जब पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट हो रहा था, वहां हो रहा था कि ये इसको बताया गया नहीं गया, वो तो पॉलिटिकल हो रहा है ना, अभी भी चल रहा है. वो होम मिनिस्टर बताता है कि उनको वार्निंग दे दिया, ये बोलते हैं वार्निंग नहीं आया स्टेट में. जब ये सब हो रहा था, फौज वाज ऑलरेडी ऑन ग्राउंड. ओके, एंड बाय इवनिंग जीओसी Kerala and Karnataka sub area was also there. And then the GOC Dakshin Bharat area, in the meantime, in the course of the day, he attended a video conference with all stakeholders. And this was chaired by the Chief Minister of Kerala. And since he was an experienced man, he gave out the complete plan of action, what to do and all that. And then airlift of units were demanded. Sniffer dogs were mobilized. An additional Bailey Bridge was thing that came from somewhere else from Delhi, I'll tell you. And everyone by 12:30 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they reached there. Airlift took the next day. And that's when the Bailey Bridge, Reserve Bailey Bridge had come. Their whole thing, what happens, कि इतना मोबिलाइज आप कर लेते हो, आप पहुंच तो जाते हो, वहां एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चाहिए आपको कम्युनिकेशन चाहिए, आपको रहने के लिए जगह चाहिए. आप जब गाड़ी ले जाते हो तो खड़ा कहाँ करना है, ये सब इज इम्पोर्टेंट. आई रिमेम्बर मैं यहाँ एक खुद का I want to give you a experience. You know, when I was a commanding officer, ऑफ विजय जब खत्म हो गया था, and you know, we knew that we were not going across Pakistan. So my whole unit was deployed in a counter insurgency area. हमें बताया गया कि वहां चले जाना, वहां आप हेडक्वार्टर स्थापित करो और शुरू हो जाओ। वहां जब हम पहुंचे तो वहां कुछ नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, ना पानी, ना बिजली, ना मकान, ना कुछ, जंगल। तो हमने कहा ठीक है, जंगल में तो मंगल करेंगे और शुरू करो, फौज है। बट इन दिस केस, जस्ट इमेजिन, देयर इन अ प्लेस वेयर इट्स रेनिंग, बारिश हो रहा है, आंधी चल रहा है, वहां मडस्लाइड्स हो रहे हैं, एरिया had gone soft, and you are reaching there with 300, 500, 600 people, or even more. At one point, 300, 400 people suddenly land. उनका खाना पीना रहना, गाड़ी कहाँ खड़ा करेंगे? All these are involved. All this by evening had got sorted out. That's the beauty, right? Okay. And then by evening, same day, right? In fact, not evening, by next day, midday, a footbridge was put through. And one day later, the Bailey Bridge was put through. Bailey Bridge is a proper bridge, iron bridge, okay, which you saw in that thing. So that is the thing. And video conference with Chief Minister of Kerala, everyone thinks, no, nahi, ye nahi hota वगैरह. No, our system is strong. Let's give it. I've now seen it in Mitchong. I've now seen it here, and I've seen it in other places. Okay. Now, video conferences was chaired by Chief Minister of Kerala at 1100 hours on 31st July. Who all were they? All stakeholders. GOC Dakshin Bharat area. NDMA headquarters में General Huff's name. DG NDRF, right? NDRF is National Disaster Relief Force. MHA से Additional Chief Secretary. Kerala State Chief Secretary, Health Secretary, DG Police, Fire Department, Forest Department वगैरह, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard reps. Coordination was carried out. Then the GOC Dakshin Bharat area, because he has this experience, right? Here, what all action being done, what is being done by Indian Army, what is being done, what is required, and all that. If the CM thanked him, that's what he told me, right? And because, and then after later, I believe the governor also went and visited that place. So everything was done, quick response. And this, of course, is the GOC Dakshin Bharat area. Good chap. Okay. And this is General VT Matthew. On ground, he was briefing. Right. This is the uh, person who's sitting in Chennai, General Barar. And this is General VT Matthew, Major General VT Matthew, who's the person on ground. Okay. Now, okay. What does he say? See, he is giving his briefing in Malayalam. To the chief minister and everyone. So a complete coordination. Right? Now, the same chap who's on ground also. Just see the transformation. He briefed everyone, he briefed the chief minister and everyone, and then he goes on ground and he's with his men. Okay. So, all of you people who think that generals don't hit the ground, कि वो पीछे बैठ के वो प्लान करते हैं और बाकी छोड़ देते हैं, ये देखिए, वो है ऑन ग्राउंड, मड में, राइट? एंड जस्ट रिमेंबर, He's done a terrific job. We'll thank him for it. But every general in the Indian Army has this credo. Look, the frontline leadership of the Indian Army is very strong. He's removed rank badges, everything, nothing. Calm, right? And he's also mentioned, you see, just imagine, अगर ऐसे एक हादसा हो गया, dead bodies are being recovered, you have to dispose them off immediately and with last rites. Otherwise, diseases will spread in that area. All that. If you heard it, he was briefing all this to the chief minister. Okay, right. And then, of course, you see, this is the first stage. If in this picture, अगर आप देखेंगे नजदीक आपको पूरा दिखाता हूँ मेरा शक्ल में क्या है आप देखेंगे तो left में they put the ropes across and then they built the footbridge. This was built within the first 12-14 hours. And then the army flew in a 60-meter bridge in a C-17 aircraft from Delhi to Kannur. And from Kannur to the place, it was transported in 30 trucks. That's the thing. And all this was constructed in the next 24 hours by Madras sappers. Look, just that bridge has transformed the complete relief effort. Makes one feel proud of our army. It's always in the lead. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is the way the bridge was constructed. Now, this lady officer is on the ground doing everything. So you see, this lady officer, kande se kande milake with men, she is working on the bridge. Leadership at the highest level and at the officer level is very high in the Indian Army. And that's what we are proud of. At least I am proud of. I hope you are proud of it. Right? And then, okay, look at this. This was after the bridge was laid. कितना जोश है लोगों के अंदर ठीक and this of course once the bridge was laid everyone आम जनता पार कर रही है bridge को for relief खुशी नहीं है relief to help others on the other side of the bridge and then the sniffer dogs they were taken and they're still searching अभी भी चल रहा है काम okay जगह जगह में I just shown you two and then relief of people who need medical assistance they've been also being taken off. I've shown you two. In the right picture, अगर आप देखेंगे तो people are being carried on the shoulder. You know, typical fireman lift होता है ये. जिसके लिए हम we are trained in the academy to do that fireman lift. यहाँ भी lift करके उसका पैर टूटा हुआ है, उसको लेके आ रहे हैं. All this is being done. It's going on. In fact, the search is going on. People debris is being removed. आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं घर पूरा डस गया है मिट्टी और सब कुछ अंदर पीछे अगर आप देखेंगे तो पूरा पहाड़ टूट गया है right broken finished and if you see a mudslide then you will understand what I'm talking of it's mayhem right and this of course Mr. Mohanlal a famous film actor who's also in the territorial army he's gone there Many others have gone, and such visits help. It lifts morale of people, right? And there's one young boy who's written a letter to the army, and it's such a nice letter he's written. And it's too small. Let me read it out. He says, "I am Ryan. My beloved Wayanad was struck by a massive landslide, creating havoc and destruction. I felt proud and happy to see you rescuing people who are stuck under debris. I just saw the video in which you were having biscuits to sate your hunger and building a bridge, right? That sight moved me deeply. I aspire to join the Indian Army one day and protect my nation." Master Ryan. He's a class 3 boy. This is what he feels from Kerala. Such a good thing, right? And of course, ये देखिए लोग the way they're sleeping, थके हुए soldiers, and it's a sight. इन्होंने इतना काम कर लिया, इनको ये भी नहीं पता कि कहाँ सो रहे हैं ये. Okay, and of course the bridge is there, work is going on, and actually that's all I have to say about the entire relief operation. I think the relief operation has been done rather well, and yeah, the relief operation has been done rather well. It's going on, right? And I wish them the best, and I'm sure all of you also will give the best wishes to the people who are, doing the relief operations and the people who are being relieved. हमारे देश के लोग हैं. We wish them the best. We wish the people of Kerala the very best, and hope they come out of this thing. Right. So, with this, I've done. I'll take any questions all of you have, and of course, any other questions you have. Okay, let's start. Okay. Okay. Uh, Jai Hind, sir, we are proud of our army. Yes, I am also proud now that I am not anymore in the army directly. I am also proud of our army. Okay. We'll let me see. I'll first take any questions or anything about this event, and then I'll take other questions because people who are connected with this will see this. I would like your good messages to go to them. Lakshan says, "Sir, army did well. Rest of us are not so lucky outside India." Yeah, Lakshan, I can understand you're in Africa. This is the which our Indian army has to take. What the kind of uh, solid army we have in India, which helps people everywhere. Okay. Uh, yeah. Satyakal, Vande Matram to all. Thanks a lot. It is more to those guys who are on ground and doing things and braving everything. Okay. Uh, I'm proud of our defense forces. Thank you. Uh, do you think there is a scope for AI and disaster management, like an early warning systems that planes have, but for land, 330 lives could be saved if alerted and evacuated in time? These things are, you know, uh, there's always a desire to have the best, but at times things don't work out, right? And yeah, now Lakshan, see what he says. If I could advise India, you can. There's no harm in this. Large sums of water seep into the ground and trigger fault lines, meaning there might just be earthquake air for this month and vibration issues. Yeah, we know all this, Lakshan. But how do you know it's happening just behind in the mountain behind you? The glacial outburst which happened in Sikkim last year was the same thing. If you go back, the earthquake in Sichuan, incidentally, 10 years back or 5 years back, it happened in China. More than 50,000 people died, right? And was because of water seepage into the cracks under the ground. Why water seepage? These foolish Chinese chaps created an artificial lake. The artificial lake was on rocks. Those rocks had porous, and water went through them and they burst the rocks, and the earthquake started. You think the Chinese are intelligent? They're not, and they killed 50,000 people of theirs. Uh, yeah, does Indian Army engage in such aid operations abroad? How does it affect India's international outreach? Yes, we do. We have helped people in many places like this, especially in our neighborhood. Okay, and as we go up ahead, such help will be there. We've helped people during, Manaswan, let me give you a story. 2004, the tsunami came, right? We got hit. Many countries got hit. Those countries didn't have the capability to undertake relief operations. India, despite the eastern coast of India and some part of southern Kerala also being hit, our navy was out in the sea. In fact, there were only two navies out in the sea that day, in that time. One was the Indian Navy and the second was the US Navy. Indian Navy and US Navy were equal partners on that in that time. No other navy ventured out, including the PLA. The PLA was shut tight in ports. And this is history. That was when, Shinzo Abe said, look, we've underestimated India. Look at this country. We are all richer countries, better countries. 2004 ki baat hai. And here is this force which has come. Even US Navy couldn't do that much as what Indian Navy is doing at this point. If Indian Navy and US Navy had not operated together, the death toll would have been more in 2004. So we have an international reputation of all this. Understand this. And that action started Quad. That was when the idea of Quad was mooted by late Shinzo Abe. I hope I've answered this. Okay. Yeah, a heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. Thanks a lot for this. I hope people get this great message from Akash. May Bhagwan bless the departed Atmas. With the army action, recovery shall be fast. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. That's a good message you're giving, right? Okay. Now, so let's take a few questions which are otherwise there. Right. Uh, Ask BFF DG Swag thoughts. I really don't have any thoughts on it because the details are not clear. There must be issues where he's overstepped certain things or he's not followed certain norms. We don't know. So I wouldn't like to comment on it. It'll come out in day to day. Okay. Uh, Sad to see one personal mishandled by a law. I don't know what you're talking of, Partha. You'll have to elucidate this thing. I'm not fully aware of what you're talking of. Okay. How to prevent relentless infiltration of Bangladeshis into this country? We will turn into Lebanon by the next century if these radicals continue to get fake documents. TMC Mamta are criminals. Let me put it to you. It is not TMC Mamta who are criminals. Every politician there is a criminal on this account. There's no politician you can leave out. Whether he was earlier from Communist Party or if tomorrow is from some other party, they all are involved in it. Don't blame one. I've seen it. Okay. There's a proper fence, everything, but there are places where you can come out. And unless politically the government at the center and the state get together and act together, you cannot reduce infiltration. Can you stop it? You can't. Humanity has a way of going across. You have to accept that. If you don't accept that, then there's nothing to talk of. So it will happen. But can you reduce it? You can. For that, you need political action. It's not just physical this thing. You need a lot of political thought to do it. Yeah. Do you think demographic changes in Kerala, Andhra, and Tamil Nadu is a security threat? What demographic changes are happening? I don't see them happening. I live in Tamil Nadu, right? In fact, the only demographic changes which is happening is people from Bihar, UP, Nepal are coming in. Okay, uh, uh, some from Bangladesh also. Let me tell you, this is there's no doubt about it. Uh, India is a place where you can meld. You can get, after low-level guys, you pay them a little amount, you get an Aadhaar card. Once you get an Aadhaar card, you're a citizen of this country. So it happens. There's an organized threat for all this. There's an organized route for all this. I'm aware of it. But that's why I said you need good politicians. And these are cheap labor, especially in southern India, where the labor cost has gone up. So these chaps who come illegally and or otherwise are cheap labor. And once they come here, they don't want to go back. And to some extent, uh, you know, there is a slight demographic change, but I don't think it's a security threat. Okay. And those chaps are very clear. They don't want to upset their own security because anything happens, they'll lose a job and they'll lose their livelihood. That's their problem. Yeah, you said scope for AI in disaster management. Yeah, we have all this. I mean, there is a lot of scope to improve upon the early warning system. But let me also tell you from what I've seen in my younger days to now, there's a big change. So I'm in a weird phase where I sometimes feel confident about SSB, sometimes I feel underwhelmed and underconfident. How do I navigate this mind of mine? Just let it go free. Don't worry. This is a common phenomenon. You're talking of every human being. Every human being at some point of time feels confidence of himself. At sometimes he is not so confident of himself. So just cool it, relax, do what you're supposed to do. Everything will be okay. Okay. Don't think take things beyond a point. Yeah, we have spoken about this, Ritik. After 2058, I will be free and done with my researches on physics, maths, biochemistry, and then I will join the defense force of. Yeah, yeah. I'll wait for that day. Only thing is, my weight most probably will be upstairs because by 2058, if I'm alive, I'll be 102. Flight divergent. How do you? Yeah, but how do you view Ismail Hania assassination, its ramification? Dikshit ji, I've done a whole thing with just day before yesterday with Sanjay Dikshit, your namesake of Jaipur Dialogues. There are going to be repercussions. There's no doubt about it. Okay? There are going to be repercussions on Hamas. There are going to be repercussions on Iran. There are going to be repercussions on Israel. Israel seems to have done all this with a plan. They wouldn't have undertaken 5, 6 assassinations without a plan. And they are very clear where they did it. There's a lot of psychology involved in this. Just think of Israel. Israel will feel there's a psychology. Yeah, if I do something and this fellow comes and tokos me inside, like he's tokoed. See, Israel has carried out assassinations within Iran, two, three of them. Okay, and very intricate thing. So they would have their plans and they would have sent the message by now कि आप बात करो आपको ठोक देंगे. तो डर है सबको, इंडिविजुअल डर है इसमें. So will that chap do something? Because a lot of leaders of Iran, their lives will be at stake. Then the next thing is, remember, Israel can be attacked only non-kinetically. Physically, it can't be attacked. Hamas can't attack Israel at out. Hezbollah will not attack Israel. Not Syria. No other country will attack. There's no conventional thing. ये तू मैं चलता रहेगा. Rockets, drones will come fly either side, and that's the end of the story. If that happens, you might find that Israel might take out a few critical assets of Iran. It might take out one or two reactors. We don't know. So there's a danger in all the story. You know, Iran has a history of not responding very this thing. They always fight through the shadows. So interesting times. We'll do one or two more episodes next week. तब तक क्लियर हो जाएगा कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, इनका रिस्पॉन्स क्या है. Why did Pakistan sack their own general after infiltration was exposed? I don't think this is a sacking because this thing was exposed. I went into details. He's been turned over. Normal. It's nothing of this. Everyone knew that this chap was, commanding the SSG and all that. It was not something greatly exposed. In fact, I don't think the SSG and their special forces have been involved in this at all. They would be involved, but not the way it is being made out. A lot of rumors are there on the ground. So leave it at that. Is it just to cover up their own? No, like I said, you see, the human mind tends to eject logic and listen to rumors because they're more seductive and appealing. Now, if you listen to those rumors, कि 600 people came in and all, then तो गए आप. Then there's no point. You're on the wrong channel. So with a heavy heart and on behalf of many Indians, may God bless our dear friend Xi Jinping, who seems whose soul seems to have departed the Middle Kingdom, gone too soon, our own Chinese Imran Khan. No, he's not gone anywhere. He is alive. Only thing is sidelined. There's something happening in China which I'm not able to put my finger on completely. So, in fact, I wanted to do a show with Sanjay Dikshit of Jaipur Dialogue. So, what I'm thinking next week, sometimes we'll do General Narayanan, Mr. Dikshit, and I will do a show on and analyze this part. I will, watch that. I'll put it out. Only thing is, when I do with Jaipur Dialogues, I get the link late. By the time I put my link out, it's late. So what I'll do is, whenever I'm going to do a joint thing with Jaipur Dialogues, I'll put it out in my. So all those of you who are following, uh, look out. I'll send it out. I'll communicate it to you. Okay, in the community group. So join this community group, and you'll get messages from there. Yeah, can I ask structure of Gorkha regiment in UK, Nepal, Bharat? Yeah, go ahead. Ask. Well, I'll tell you. There's nothing very great. Nepal, it's a Nepal army. There's no Gorkha regiment out there. Nepal has a uniform Nepal army, whether it's infantry, artillery, जो भी है उनका एक है. In UK army, there are only two battalions of Gorkhas. That's all. Just two battalions. We have about 18, 19 battalions of Gorkhas. That's all. There's nothing more in the structure of Gorkha regiment. And many of these Gorkha regiments, we get it's open to recruitment for people from Nepal. So it's not as if in this Gurkha regiments in India, we open recruitment for Gurkhas within India and Gurkhas from there. That's all. There's nothing very complicated about Gurkha regiments. Special units for climate issues can use LIDAR technology, Chinook. Yeah, all this is being done. Lakshan, we are doing it. In fact, today they've taken some radars also, ground radars, to get to know if there's anyone alive down below or buried and all that. So all this is being done. I'm with the agreement of the view that foreigners need to be stopped from coming in. The thing is, Bharat is just not for Hindus. Uh, because we are welcoming, but there's nowhere else for. Yeah, I have no doubt about it. I'm also of the view that we shouldn't take foreigners in unnecessarily. But the fact is that you can't stop it beyond a point. That's the point. You have to understand this. Yeah, training or search and rescue need to be given from school. I agree with you. This is something which is very important. Uh, Forget about radicals or China. The thing that will break it apart is caste and other ethno-religion divide. Reservations are driving best of our talent outside and politics. Yeah, we'll not talk of all this. My question, China and Pakistan, South Asia and China and Russia, South China Sea together working and India out. Just forget it. ये सब बेवकूफी है. You are being Shehzad Bawa. I've been आपके जितने भी कमेंट हैं हम पढ़ रहे हैं. आप जो पाकिस्तान में एक एक ख्वाब है कि इंडिया बेवकूफ देश है, चाइना बड़ा बुद्धिमान देश है और रशिया बड़ा ताकतवर देश है. ये ख्वाब है ये. ठीक है. अ, अगर आप सही तरीके से जियोपॉलिटिक्स को पढ़ोगे, रशिया भारत के बिना एक कदम आगे नहीं जा सकता. उसका लड़ाई बंद हो जाएगा कल के दिन. हार जाएगा वो अगर भारत उसको मदद ना करे तो. क्यों? हम तेल खरीद रहे हैं और कोई नहीं खरीद सकता उससे तेल. चाइना भी नहीं खरीदेगा तेल. अगर ये तेल उसको वो हमें बेच नहीं सकता तो उसका वॉर मशीनरी टप हो जाएगा और उसका पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट जियोपॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट भी टप हो जाएगा. रही बात चाइना, चाइना तो हमारे पीछे घूम रहा है कि भैया आ जाओ, सुलह कर लो. तो इस पूरे चक्कर में पाकिस्तान जो है ना, वो अपना असीम मुनीर, आपका बलूचिस्तान में जो हो रहा है अभी, लोग गायब हो रहे हैं. आपको भी पता है, हमें भी पता है. ठीक है. आपके बन्नू में अटैक हो रहा है, मियांवाली में अटैक हो रहा है, पूरा वजीरिस्तान में अटैक ही अटैक चल रहे हैं. हफीज गुल बहादुर का कहानी आपको पता है, महसूद वली का आपको पता है. ठीक है. अगर आपको पता नहीं तो फिर बेवकूफ हो आप. किसी ने एक एक दिन जिस तरीके से हमारा राजनाथ सिंह जी ने बताया, वो दिन दूर नहीं है जब कश्मीरी, आपके यहाँ जो कश्मीरी हैं, वो बोलेंगे भाई हमें भारत में वापस ले लो, हमें पाकिस्तान नहीं चाहिए. आपका अंदरूनी हालत खस्ता है. अगर कल के दिन आपको रोटी मिल गया तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं मिला तो इंडस में जाके पानी पी लेना, क्योंकि कुछ दिन के बाद वहां वो भी खत्म हो जाएगा. आई एम आस्किंग हाउ विल ईरान रेस्पॉन्ड, बिकॉज a tame response like last time will fuel discontent. Killing him in IRGC compound makes Iran look foolish and a paper tiger. Yeah, Iran doesn't have a choice. You have to understand, in Iran, there is a new government. Okay. There's a new prime minister in chair. How will he do what he'll do? Mm, and, all that is a question mark. So let us see, let's wait. And जो ईरान और इसराइल के फासला जो 2-3 हजार किलोमीटर का है, वो ईरान पार नहीं कर सकता. वो मिसाइल ड्रोन फेंक सकता है बस. Okay, will Pak army play in blood for terrorism? Oh, it will. Don't worry. The day is not far. It's already paying. It's already paying along the Durand line. Don't worry about that. So, according to you, whether it's US, China, or Pakistan, the main Achilles heel is Viksat Bharat 2047. No, I don't think so. We will progress. Don't worry. Irrespective of which government is in chair, we will progress. So, I'm very confident about India. I'm bullish about India. General Pitama Bhishma joined the battlefield in Kurukshetra at 2021. You're just a young boy. Oh, thank you. Let's not go to that level. I'm not like, someone who said recently, a prime minister or someone, I'm not a biological man. I'm a biological man. And I know that one day all of us have to go up. Eat millet, drink water. I do all this. I every I eat a lot of millets. I go for a lot of walks. I still go for 5 to 7 kilometers walk early in the morning. All that. My life is quite balanced. And in the evening, I get pleasure out of speaking to all of you. It's a great thing. All of you are making me live longer. Thank you. I must tell you this. So that's not a problem. So I don't see any more questions. So thanks a lot for joining. I do hope you understood how this entire relief operation has been executed. Um, I would request you to, you know, at least put your comment about how the what you feel about the Indian Army. Take this one moment, and I'm sure a lot of army people will see this video, and it'll be they'll feel good. You see the generalship, you see the leaders, you see our men. They've worked and without non-stop. They're utterly tired and they're sleeping without even eating food. You saw them. कईयों को जूते खोलने के लिए भी टाइम नहीं है. ठीक है. इतने अच्छे हमारे जवान हैं. हमारा जवान ना सोना है, सोना. The best men in the world are the Indian Army jawan. I've always felt that. Right. Thanks a lot. Good evening. Jai Hind. Tomorrow will be interesting. Join in. Uh, Amjad Ayub Mirzaji will be with us. We will see, we'll talk of Pakistan and you can ask him all the questions that you ask him about infiltration. Thank you. Good evening and Jai Hind once again.